Hi, my name is Lyndsey Stevenato, and I have a business called Lyndsey Stevenato Children's Therapy Services, and we are located in Parry Sound. Lyndsey Stevenato Children's Therapy Services is a private multidisciplinary children's clinic that services children 0 to 18 years of age. Our team consists of occupational therapy, physiotherapy, speech and language pathology, psychotherapy, and psychology. We are passionate about helping children and families and strongly believe in the family-centered approach that can transform the lives of children and allow them to perform at their highest level. We also believe that every child is unique, and when given the right tools, they can excel. I was born and raised in Parry Sound, and I left Parry Sound to attend university. Graduated in 1986 in an occupational therapy degree. So I've been 37 years in the profession. My first job, I took a Northern Ontario bursary, which landed me in Sudbury. Unfortunately, Parry Sound did not make the cut. It was a little shy of the northern border. So I spent 4 years there at a children's treatment clinic in which they had a multidisciplinary approach, which I felt was very effective, and I knew I wanted it to be part of my career. I also had the privilege to treat children in more remote areas of the north, such as Chapleau and Manitoulin Island, and I got to really treat the children in their own communities and understand the uniqueness of northern children. I settled in Barrie. I worked for some publicly funded agencies, and I quickly became frustrated with the trend towards a consultative model in treating children. I felt the best model was to work independently with children and their families. So I knew I needed to do this on my own. I started with seeing kids in my basement and then eventually got into a clinic setting. I started with no business background whatsoever. I kind of learned as I went along. I quickly discovered that if you listen to your clients, you will be successful. And I have been successful in Barrie for 21 years. We've done different client focus groups to see what their needs are and where we need to make a change and grow. I would say my biggest influence in business would have been my own father. He was a high school dropout and had a very successful business. So I quickly learned that there are no limits. We only have limits that we place on ourselves. We opened our Parry Sound clinic in March of this year. We had Parry Sound families traveling to Barrie to access our services. So we knew that there was a demand for the services here in Parry Sound. We really wanted Parry Sound families to access the services that we had in Barrie in their own backyard. Also, I would say I really wanted to give back to the community that raised me as well. Roughly 20% of all children have some degree of special needs, which our services can address. So we really would like to treat these, or have the option to treat these kids in Parry Sound, work as a team, and treat the whole child as a unit and be able to do this all under one roof, regardless if they're struggling with physical disabilities or mental health challenges. Currently, there are no other private multidisciplinary children's clinics in Parry Sound and Barrie for that matter. Families need to access publicly funded agencies, which unfortunately have huge waiting lists, up to 2 to 3 years wait lists. We do not have wait lists, and we would like to be an option for parents to access services when they need them, because we know that early intervention is key in the development of children. If I were to win the award, I would put the money towards the families in Parry Sound who are really struggling financially, and we know that the demographics are quite different in Parry Sound than Barrie. So I'd like to create some scholarships for those who don't have access to insurance companies that can pay for our services. As well as we need to get the word out there that we're there and we're willing to, and we're ready to help all these families in Parry Sound.